Hi, I'm Val, and you're watching the State Grade Show.
Hello and welcome to the State Grade Show. It is getting towards the business end of season 2025 and it is great to be back. I'm Peter Mercado.
And I'm Emily Smith from Tennis Victoria.
Now, there is plenty going on. And while I've been away, it's lovely to be back in the country. Lovely to be back in this studio. I can see the Hall of Fame just over here and I'm wearing the exact same outfit. So that's fantastic.
You are. You've done well.
So plenty of excitement in the previous round, Em, because thanks to Tennis Victoria, it was First Nations round. So can you tell us a little bit about how the day went?
Yeah, we had state grade super rounds on Sunday for both the men and the women. The women were played at Beaumaris Lawn and the men at Geelong Lawn. It was a really great way to recognise the histories and traditions of First Nations people. We had fantastic welcome to countries and smoking ceremonies at both venues. And a massive thank you to all of the volunteers at Beaumaris Lawn and Geelong Lawn for helping us get the initiative up off the ground this year as well in its first year. Hopefully we can continue to grow over the future seasons.
Well, it was a great day. If you weren't there, let's check out the action. Now, if you're wondering why the camera is pointed on me, well, probably goes without saying, but we have an extra special reason. We've moved Em slightly across because we have our superstar guest. It is the one, the only, JB Fawless. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me. Yeah, sorry about the musical chairs. Thought I would come in and sneak around the back, but happy to be here and be part of the show today.
Now, Jamie, you are Tennis Victoria royalty. We love having you on our shows and you always pop into the office and doing little bits and pieces for us. You've played pennant for a number of years across a variety of different grades since you were just a little girl. Mm-hmm. You play Premier League for MCC Glen Iris Valley, who are three-peats at the moment, 3 premierships back-to-back, which is amazing. You've had some really great finishes at AO over the last couple of years. Jamie, it's great to have you in the studio to get some insights into the final sprint to the top 4 of state grade this year.
Thank you. Yeah, that was actually one of the best intros, so I'll take that. No, it's been really nice to be here and to talk about the last Final 4 and pennant, junior pennant and Premier League, of course, so very happy to be here.
Yeah, there is so much happening around the competitions. So Em, why don't we just bring everyone up to speed on what's actually been going on, because on the men's side, it's still that tight battle for the top 4 teams in the mix. There's North Ringwood, there's Peninsula Fire, there's Fawkner, there's Kooyong, there's MCC, have to mention MCC, get them in there. North Ringwood, though, they've been super impressive across the season. Top of the table since round number 2, and they have just been carrying it on beautifully. That high ratio of points per round. So important. We all focus on the singles. What about the doubles? We need to focus on the doubles as well. Now, I know the other hosts of this show, where is it? Oh, yeah, he's up here. Courtney, his team, Peninsula Fire. I think North Ringwood are just going to carry on. They're going to keep going and probably go through to win the title. It'll be particularly meritorious because they have been on top of the ladder right the way through the season, which is a fantastic effort when you consider that players move around and they go on holidays and there's all sorts of things that might get in the way. They've done particularly well there. But what about the women's side of things?
In the women's, Beaumaris Lawn have been really impressive. They're continuing to lead at the top of the ladder. They've had some really solid performances from some of the girls that they've got back to the club this season, which is really awesome to see. Kooyong and Grace Park are also right up there in the women's competition, sitting 2nd and 3rd on the ladder. The tussle for 4th position in the women's, though, is still very much open. Still 3 or 4 clubs that can make it into finals. So really exciting to see where that competition goes over the last 3 rounds of the season. And as you said, Pete, it's really important from both the singles and doubles. We've had some great performances in both this year from all of the girls. So really exciting to see what happens over the next 3 rounds.
Now, do not give us the one match at a time, the typical player sort of response. We're right at the pointy end of the season. So from your experiences in playing in this competition, how closely are you looking at those results and thinking, what do we need to do each week to get over the line?
Yeah, it's pretty huge, and not trying to be cliche, but it is one match at a time because every rubber does count. Every set counts, every game counts. So I think now going into the last 3 rounds, it's really important that you maximise every game, every rubber, every match that you're playing to be able to head into finals and to be able to take it out. So, yeah, really important.
And I would suspect that a lot of players would actually be wanting to make sure that they're in the side, ready to go in that lead up to finals? Because we know obviously there are other things that can get in the way of the season, but this is the time that you want to prime yourself.
Yeah, definitely. With a couple rounds to go, priming yourself now is super important to be able to build for finals and beyond that. So, yeah, it's so important for everyone to be on their A game.
We have a number of juniors, though, that are playing right at the very highest level as well, which is fantastic. And across a range of different clubs, we've got Grace Thomas and Elizabeth Nad from Kooyong Lawn Tennis Club, Miss Emma Silek and Maggie Fitcher from Essendon. We've got Evan Vasiliadis from North Ringwood Tennis Club and Stefan Harangozo from the Peninsula Fire. It's wonderful to see these juniors getting the opportunity right up at the very top of kind of the pathway here. From a development point of view, how important is it for these players, these junior players, to get this exposure at the state grade level?
Yeah, I think it's huge because that's the way I started, and that's the way probably everyone started, by playing pennant. And it just gives you an opportunity to play a match week in, week out, a doubles and a singles. It's high level, there's pressure situations, and that's what you want in anything that you play. So to be able to do that at home in an environment, it helps you. So then when you do go overseas and play against other players that you might be familiar with or you might not be, it kind of gets you ready for that environment and that opportunity. So, I do think it's quite important. And you read out all the names there, like a lot of those players are starting to transition to seniors or potentially to college. And I think by playing pennant week in, week out, it allows you just to continue to play so many matches and improve week in, week out.
We actually asked some of our players who are currently playing in state grade right now what they enjoy most about playing in state grade. Let's have a look at it now.
I think the best part about pennant is just the fun on the court.
And the team chemistry.
The competitive aspect of state grade and playing with your friends is the best bit, especially the doubles.
The food after and trying not to get sick every week from eating all the party pies.
I think just like the quality of the matches, especially like state grade, the standard's pretty high.
I love pennant and playing for a team because it's very different to what we normally do. I know, especially us, for the last few months we've been playing solo, and it's good to have the team environment.
State grade, everyone kind of gives a bit more of their best effort, I think. Yeah.
And it's obviously goes on for quite a while, so even if you're travelling and you want to come back home and get a couple matches in, yeah, it's really handy.
Now, Jamie, I think we have missed one of the most important questions that we really need to ask you before you go today.
Yep.
What is your favourite afternoon tea to have after a state grade match?
I would say either the party pies and sausage rolls or the scones with jam and cream. Yours?
I think scones and jam and cream as well, and I know that the boys from Get Set will definitely, it's one of their favourites as well, so we might have to see if we can arrange some maybe for the finals when they come down.
I think that's smart. I think that's a good idea.
I noticed you didn't ask me what my favourite afternoon tea is.
What's your favourite?
We've had the full spectrum of everything. So we've had like the cakes and that sort of thing, the party pies and the sausage roll, all the way up to barbecue. We would put on a barbecue at our club. Also, we've had fish and chips that come in as well. That tends to be quite popular when it's a really cold day. We go all out.
Might have to come and play when we're playing at your club. That sounds pretty good.
The odds of you playing at my club, Jamie, we're a little bit lower down the food. Anyway, let's not talk about food. Let's move, because, well, you talk about that pathway and the experience that you've had. Now, you started right as a very, very young junior playing at a local club in pennant and working your way through. Can you give us a sense of what that journey's been like, working through the sort of pennant state grade pathway?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think I started playing pennant when I was probably 10 years old, grade 4 or 5. I played for my local team, like my region. I played for Keon Park and Bulleen Tennis Club, so they were great opportunities. And I've actually made some lifelong friends playing for those clubs, and I still go back there to this day, any chance that I get. I actually won the club champs for Keon Park, I think when I was 12, so my name is still on the board, which was really cool. So I think it's a great pathway to build yourself from a junior up to a senior, to be able to go through the levels of playing pennant to high-level state grade tennis. And I'm very lucky enough now to be playing for MCC Glen Iris, which is a great opportunity in itself. I think the club has been amazing for us, and it helps you quite a lot throughout your journey to be able, I think Steffi said on the video that you're able to come back and play when you need to play, and it allows you to be able to go overseas and compete at the same time. So I think that's been a reason why I have played pennant and state grade all these years.
Is that aspirational kind of thing too? Because obviously we have Premier League that also is circling around too. Obviously, a slightly different time of the year, but opportunities at some of these bigger clubs to go, okay, the aspiration is I'm playing state grade, but I really want to in the next season play Premier League if possible.
Yeah, it's huge, and I think that pathway has been great, and Tennis Victoria has done a really good job in providing that with state grade coming back. So it gives, again, players the opportunity to be like, I want to get better. How am I going to improve? Like, what does it mean to play for a club, and what does it mean to play with big players that play in Grand Slams or playing qualies of Grand Slams? So I think, that's a great opportunity.
I love the fact that you actually do go back to your former clubs, to Keon Park, to Bulleen, and that opportunity for the junior players, because they've got still a strong junior program at Keon Park, to see you coming down and go pointing at your name on the honour board and going, that was me, and now look at what you've achieved too. To provide that sort of inspiration must be really special when you do get the opportunity to go back.
Yeah, it's really nice, and I think those clubs will always be in my heart forever, and it's something that's part of my tennis journey. And to be able to also play with my sisters at those clubs, their memories I will hold forever, and that's a part of playing pennant and state grade. Like, you have those memories, no matter if you want to take it professionally or just play socially, to be able to rock up and be a part of something and have the memories that go with it. I think that's always quite special.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously you're at the other side of the journey, not starting out. It's been wonderful to get your insights today on the show. Thank you so much for coming in. I know you're probably going to be watching with interest. I'm going to be watching North Ringwood and seeing how they go. I imagine, if I had to guess which club you might be focused on, maybe MCC perhaps.
Yeah, I think my eyes are going to be closely on MCC Glen Iris. I think the boys are fighting for a top 4 finish, so hopefully they can get that done and have some good results.
I think I'm going to remain impartial.
Oh, come on, get off the fence.
I haven't taken a side yet. 3 rounds to go. I'm going to stay impartial. Stay on the fence.
Yeah, that's just typical.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Fair and fine.
Games.
Going to follow the rules. Fine. You can tell us later anyway. No.
Off camera.
Fine. Exactly. But thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me. It's been a joy to be on the show, and go MCC Glen Iris.
And that brings us to the end of another episode of the State Grade Show.
Make sure you're following along at TennisVic on Instagram and TikTok.
And TennisVic on Facebook to stay across all things pennant and state grade.
Oh, you nailed it.
Thank you.
From all of us, goodbye.